Hi everybody, this is Stephen Fastuca with Creative Web Designs, www.creativelyconstructive.com. One of the most frequently asked questions I get when someone wants to build a Joomla website is, where do I get a template? What am I looking for in a template? Where do I go? So I started building Joomla websites, and I really don't remember exactly what I started with. I think I did the same thing. I started looking around and finding very specific templates that weren't very editable or were tough to edit. And then I think I went to Artisteer, which is pretty cool software. I don't think it gives me exactly what I wanted. So what I'm going to recommend to you is check out Rockettheme, rockettheme.com. And actually, we're looking at my website right now, and this is one of the new Rocket themes. I think it's called Ionosphere. It's an awesome template. The styling's very good. And what I love about Rockettheme is, well, there's a new template every month, and you can make them look pretty much any way you want. I mean, for a while there, I was using like the same template over and over for different websites I was working on, and each one came out completely different, and maybe we'll get into that if we have time. So my suggestion, go to Rockettheme. We're going to go there now. This is the Rockettheme website, ROCKETTHEME.com. I'm a Joomla developer. They make them for, as we see, Magento and Drupal. I think they're going to stop making Drupal, and WordPress. I really like Joomla. That's me. I've tried WordPress, and it's just not my thing. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm pretty excited. Look, a new Joomla template just came out beginning of the month. I was looking forward to that. This looks like a great template. What I'm going to do here is view all templates. And they're constantly updating, their different extensions. All the extensions are styled for each template. It's really cool. It's taken me a long time to really master Rocket themes. And it's built on a system called Gantry, which is kind of the parent theme. So let's take a look. I mean, basically, you want to stay with probably like the 2011 and 2012 templates. The reason for that is they're going to have better built-in usability for the iPhone and the iPad and also Android. So they do come with custom themes. You can turn that off and on. I'll get into all that in later tutorials. I just wanted to give you some direction. I really wouldn't mess around with any other template maker. Rockettheme's just fantastic, and their support's very good. If you sign up, you can log in and go to the forum. And I'd say 75% of my questions are answered by the moderators. Sometimes you have to wait a little while, but generally they get answered pretty quickly, and they'll help you with anything like editing your CSS. I've seen them go way out of their way. Just be real nice to them. They're great people who work on there. Just treat them as a friend, and be grateful for the help that they give you. So here's mine. Here's the Ionospheres from a couple months ago. That's the one I have on my website right now. So let's see, what's so great about Rockettheme? Well, probably the biggest thing is you can make your layout any way you want. You're usually stuck with, okay, we have a sidebar over here, and here's our body position, and maybe they give you a footer and one featured position. On Rockettheme, you generally have like 64 or more module positions, and that's all editable. You can edit the layout in so many different ways. It's really very sweet. Let's take a look at some of the settings real quick. This is Joomla 2.5, and I've gone to my extensions, template manager. My computer's a little slow right now, but that's okay. And here we go. So this is all the junk it came with. I just haven't uninstalled them. And I can go to Ionosphere default, and what you see here is Ionosphere blog. That's really interesting because you can make different pages look different. So the bulk of my pages right now, it changes every couple weeks, have the dark background on them. You see in this area here, but just today I was messing around. I said, well, I think my blog should have a white background. I think it is easier to read, and I think you get a little better response with your marketing when you have the white background on your page. So this is going to load up in a second here. Man, what I wouldn't do to have my good computer back. It's unfortunately left at a friend's house this weekend by accident. Alright, so here you see I was able just very easily able to make this page look a little different. I'm pretty stoked about this. My Google AdWords is going in here as soon as I get my account enabled. See if we can generate a little bit of money. So that's one great feature anyway. Different styles on different pages. Let me go back to my back end here. So let's just look at the default. You don't need to set different settings for different pages. You can just keep it as a default. And it's built on Gantry. The best thing to do is kind of go to the Gantry website and watch their tutorials in videos, and you'll start to get a feel for it. But like anything on the web, you got to teach yourself. You got to put in the hours and hours of work. But once you get it, every template that comes out is basically the same with Gantry and Rockettheme. So you know, give yourself an hour or two messing around with the newer features, and you're off and running. I see here now there's an update for Gantry. If I wanted to do that, I could. I think there's also an update in the new Joomla too, which I like the new Joomla 2.5. It's very stable and has a lot of great features. That also took me a little while to get used to. So here's all the settings. You know, normally in a template you buy, it's got like 3 settings. You want red, white, or blue. We're going to go to the Style tab here, and you can see in this template it allows me to edit these areas very quickly: accent colors, body style, background style. Some of the templates have more settings, some of them have less, some of them you're doing more in the CSS. I like the ones where I don't have to mess too much with CSS if I'm just trying to bang out a website. You got your header width and footer width, very cool. The style panel, that's very cool. That allows you to like kind of mess with it on the front end, your different settings. And always they have this font settings. It's amazing. You can turn on Google Fonts and pull from, I don't even know. So my Google font directory is on, so you have to turn it on and reload the page, save it and reload the page to get them all to show up. But I mean, where are you ever going to find a template with this many fonts? And it doesn't have all the Google fonts, but most of them. Then you can choose your lines. Basically, this is line height here, and I have it default. You could set it to large or small. If you're using like these larger fonts, sometimes some of my clients like to use real big font. You know, well, just up that to large or extra large, and you have plenty of line height in there. That's the trick there. And then it has all these features that you can mess with. I turn the logo off. I make my own logo positions always. Social buttons, you know, you can turn those off and on. Font sizer, I don't ever use that. I usually just turn all these off. There is one I'm looking for though, and I've been meaning to get to this Google. Here's your Google Analytics. That's real nice. Just pop your code in there. That way you don't have to mess with a third-party extension or anything like that. What else do they got? The menu, beautiful menus. You get your choice of menus. Do you want your fusion menu or split menu? There's so much you can do with these, with the fusion menus and mega menus. I've seen some really cool demonstrations. I haven't gotten into it too much because generally most of my content's usually on my blog page. And then here's where it gets great. Here's your layouts. You're going to have to watch the Gantry videos over 3 or 4 times, you know, to really figure this out. But basically it says in the top position, right now I just have one top position enabled, so it takes the whole, let's take a look. My top position now, it's 960 pixels wide, is every Rockettheme. So my top position is set to just one area, basically one module position, 960 pixels wide. But I could break that down into 2. You know, and you can mess around. Did you? Yeah, you want 2, but did you want one to be much larger than the other? I can, you know, make it much larger on the left and smaller on the right. There's all kinds of things you can do. Check out the Gantry tutorials on their website. I'm going to put this back to 1 so I don't forget. Force positions, you're going to have to look that up yourself. That's kind of advanced. And then here's the mobile. Let's see what mobile settings. I think usually I just turn oh, it is on. Huh. I'm going to shut those off. What happens if I do that? I don't have an iPhone. I wish I did, so I could mess with this stuff a little more. But basically, why am I turning them off? Because my website's going to view fine without these. This is more for, like, I have a little flash intro here on my homepage. Well, for mobile visitors, I probably don't want that to show up. This includes iPad. I consider iPad a mobile device. My clients say, hey, why doesn't this work on my iPad? I say, well, it's not a computer, you know. So on my mobile, I would want to turn this flash dealio off. And there's all kinds of ways you can do that. They don't have very good documentation on that, which is kind of disappointing.
If you have a business and you're not successfully growing by using the internet to market your products or services,
shut that off and mess up our audio. Sorry about that. And then we can go to the advanced tab. There's so many settings. It's amazing. And this is what gives us the ability to make a template look so different. Let's see how we're doing on time here. Figure this out. Okay, not much time left. So anyway, to conclude, you know, if you're starting a Joomla website, definitely don't waste your time. In my opinion, I've built probably 40 or 50 Joomla websites over the last year and a half, and I've used Rockettheme on every one. I've tried other templates, other template makers. I really don't like them. I don't work for Rockettheme. I have no association whatsoever, but I just want to help you guys out and help out some beginners and get them on the right path. So if you have any questions, go ahead, leave a comment on my YouTube page or email me at sales@creativelyconstructive.com. I'm always happy to help out. Talk to you later. Bye.